Hey, this is a look at the first layout going into my journal for a book. I thought doing a reading journal would be a really interesting project to do this year, but I sometimes I read a lot and sometimes I read very little, and it can be kind of sporadic throughout the year. And so I felt like having a separate reading journal for this year would just be like too much, like too many separate journaling things going on. So I decided to add in my regular journal layouts for my reading, whatever books I read. And so this one is the first book that I have finished this year. It is called Jane Slayre, and it is a retelling of Jane Eyre, um, with vampires and zombies and werewolves and stuff. And um, I really enjoy these kinds of retellings of classic novels. I think they're just fun reads to me. So this will be the first one going in. Now I finished the book, and I'm just going to create my entry, and then later when I have gotten up to 4 books, then I plan on printing out using my HP Sprocket little mini printer. I will print out the images of the covers for the books and stick them in. Um, I'm just waiting till I have at least 4. Um, yeah, I'll to print them so that I am not using up more photo paper, the little sticker photo paper that comes with that printer, or that works with that printer. The necessary for this particular project. So um, I'll put the entries into my journal as I finish the books. And then when I have a group of 4 books done, then I'll go back and print out images of the covers and stick those into my journal. So there I just like marked out a little space um, to save, to put the stick the cover down in later after I print it out. Um, and even though I haven't been using red as kind of a color for January in my journal, I decided to use it for this entry because so it kind of goes with the cover. And I'll probably continue that theme throughout the rest of the year, trying to use uh, marker and pen colors that uh, match the covers as best as I can. So yeah, and I'm just writing down the title. Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze. I apologize. Oh, goodness. Um, I'm sorry about sneezing right in the middle of recording this. Um, but I'm noting down the title, the author, and then writing um, just like my thoughts about the story. Um, I liked this story because, well, I enjoy reading like paranormal fiction for one, and putting those uh, things into settings of well-known classic novels. Just I think it's just really fun thing to do. But in this particular story, I really enjoyed reading about Jane. Um, it's been it's been an extremely long time since I've actually read Jane Eyre. So my memory of the book is very skewed by movie adaptations. And while um, I've never really disliked any of the Jane Eyre movies that I've watched. I also was never like, none of them were really my favorite either. Um, so I can't really fully honestly compare the Jane in this story, Jane Slayre, to any of the Jane Eyres in Jane Eyre in the book, or any of the Janes in movie adaptations, or any of the other characters really. Um, but what I liked about this particular Jane uh, was just like her determination to follow her own um, path, and to do her best at what she felt was the right and good thing to do. And to really learn to stand up for herself, and make sure that whatever she was doing, she was, doing what she could to take care of herself, and not become reliant on others, or to give in to despair. Um, Definitely, there are moments where, she's very sad and horrible things are going on, but she really just keeps going no matter what. Um, and I really like that about her. Um, like I said, the same could probably be said for the original Jane Eyre, and in the movie adaptations. It's just been a really long time since I have read Jane Eyre or watched any of the movies, so I don't have a fresh comparison in my brain um, to really tell. But this Jane has a really clear sense of who she is, and um, in the world, and a good idea of her own self-worth. Like, she doesn't let her self-worth be dictated by circumstance or people around her. And that's really nice. Yeah. So in my journal, I'm just going to add in these reading spreads just as I finish the book. Um, so they'll just be randomly in my journal throughout the year, instead of having a separate dedicated reading journal. And I think that's going to work out well for me this year. Maybe next year I might try something different. But I really enjoyed just putting in this little layout, nothing fancy. I just wrote down some of my thoughts about the story. And then I did decide to do a star rating um, after I kind of doodled in this little stake sword looking thing that I was doodling there. But I didn't, I don't like how my stars look. Um, I tried to draw them on with the yellow marker, and then it just blended into the paper too much. You couldn't really see them. And then the outlining them did not really work. You will see that coming up here in a little bit. So I ended up putting down a piece of yellow washi tape and then putting black stars over the top of it. And yeah, I'm really just not happy with how that looked. Um, you can see I'm like digging through pens trying to find something. Um, some of my markers are pretty old and dried out, so not all of them work anymore. So, but that happens. Yeah. So this is what I'm doing for my reading spreads. Um, if you enjoy this kind of content, please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll be sharing more journaling videos as I get them done. And please check out this book if you enjoy reading paranormal fiction and classic novels, because it was pretty fun. I thought it was worth the read. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy.